Are you thinking about making a move to Kitchener Waterloo but don't know how much it's going to cost you? Stay tuned to this video because in this video I break down the cost of living in Kitchener Waterloo, Ontario. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Dillon Doucette. I'm a real estate agent servicing the Kitchener Waterloo region. So if you are looking to move to Kitchener Waterloo, my email is going to be linked in the description below, so feel free to reach out to me. I would love to help you. The topic that I want to start with is housing. Housing is going to be your biggest expense regardless of where you live. There's two different ways that you can pay for your housing. You can either pay rent or you can pay a mortgage on a home that you own. I'm going to start with renting. To rent a one-bedroom apartment in Kitchener, Ontario is $1,800 a month. And to rent a two-bedroom apartment is $2,150 a month. And this stays pretty consistent between Kitchener, Waterloo, and Cambridge. So there isn't a large rent jump from one city to the other. Now, if you were to own the house that you live in, the price of this can vary depending on what kind of property type it is. There's a lot of different properties from single-family homes, condos, townhomes, and semi-detached homes. So the most expensive and generally the most desirable property type is a single-family home. In Kitchener Waterloo, the single-family home will cost $911,000 on average. Now, this is the average, so this can vary a lot. There are single family homes that are $500,000. There are single family homes that are in the multiple seven figures. So it depends on location and as well as size and finishes, but on average, $911,000 buys you the run-of-the-mill average home. Now with townhomes, the average price is $616,000. And the same with detached homes applies to this. It's a sliding scale, it varies. So there are townhomes that are less than that, there are townhomes that are more than that. It also depends if the townhome is a condo townhouse or a freehold townhouse, because paying those condo fees does play into the price, because if you're paying $400, $500 a month in condo fees, you're not going to want to pay more money for the townhouse. The third property type is condos. The average price for a condo is sitting right around $500,000 currently. This is sort of the entry-level sort of property type. There's a lot of new condo developments going on throughout the entire Kitchener-Waterloo region. A lot of new high-rise buildings are being built. There's also a lot of older existing condo buildings where there are units up for sale as well. The final property type that I want to go over is the semi-detached home. Semi-detached homes in Kitchener-Waterloo sell on average for $643,000. And as I said with all these as well, it depends on location and finishes. There's semi-detached homes that are over $1 million, and there's semi-detached homes that are $500,000, $400,000. So it really depends on the qualities, the size, and the location of the property. And one other piece of information I want to include in here is I didn't disclose how much it costs monthly to own these homes because it depends a lot on your interest rate as well as how much money you put down. So I'm going to also link a mortgage calculator in the description below. So if you are interested to see how much it would cost monthly to afford one of these homes, click the link down there. It will help you a lot. It's a great resource to have. With all this talk about home ownership and home prices, I want to use this as an opportunity to talk about property taxes. If you own a home, you're going to be paying property taxes, and I want to talk about how much this is going to cost you. The property tax amount depends on city to city. So in the Waterloo region, the cheapest is 1.14% in Kitchener, and the most expensive is 1.23% in Cambridge. Now, the average assessed value depends on city to city as well, and it's significantly less than what the home is actually worth. If your home's worth $700,000, the assessed value is not going to be $700,000. It's going to be about half that. It's going to be $300,000 to $350,000. So the average assessed value for a home in Kitchener is $333,000. And at that tax rate, it makes the average property tax $3,800 a year. In Waterloo, the average assessed value is $407,000, making the average property tax $4,600 a year. Another expense you're going to incur is utilities. Sometimes when you're renting, the landlord will cover the utilities, but a lot of the time we're seeing tenants needing to pay the utilities on top of the rent. And when you're owning, you're gonna need to pay utilities. On average, utilities in Kitchener, Ontario are about $200 a month, but this can vary. If it's a small apartment, it'll be less. If it's a large home, it'll be significantly more than that. It also depends on the efficiency of the home. older homes that have older windows and not as good of insulation are gonna be less energy efficient, and you're gonna pay more in utilities compared to a newer home or a home with new insulation and windows. Now that I've broken down the cost of housing, I wanna get into the cost of transportation. And this can depend on how you are going to, move around and be transported. If you're looking to use public transportation, it's $90 a month for a transit pass or $3.50 for a one-way ride. And where it gets interesting is if you're gonna own a car, because this depends on the cost of your car, driving experience, how much you drive, gas, so many different variables. So I'm gonna be kind of vague with this. The first off, you're gonna need a car. The average new car is about $40,000, but you can buy used cars for significantly less. Depends on what model year and features and brand you wanna buy. The first expense you're gonna incur with the car is insurance. In order to drive a car in Ontario, you need to have car insurance. The average is between $125 and $150 a month, but it could be significantly more if you're younger, have less driving experience, car accidents or tickets on your record, or if you're driving a more expensive car. The next expense you're gonna incur is gas. Unless you're driving an electric vehicle, you're gonna need to put gas in your car. Currently, gas is about $1.60 a liter, but it varies a lot. It's gone down to $1 a liter, it's been up to over $2 a liter. It depends on the price of gas, and it also depends on how much you're driving and the efficiency of your vehicle. Also, you're gonna run into things like maintenance. It's hard to tell on this because it depends so much on the brand of your car, the age, how well you maintain it, etc., etc., etc. It could be generally a few $100s a month for oil changes, repairs, different stuff like that, but it could be less. It could be zero if you have a brand new car, so really depends. Now that we've gone through housing and transportation, you need to be able to eat something. You can't live off of photosynthesis, you need to eat food. This can vary a lot. It depends on if it's just yourself or if you have a family, and it also depends on where you're shopping. If you're shopping at a discount grocery store like Food Basics or No Frills, your groceries are gonna be a lot less than if you're shopping at a place like Sobeys that has more expensive groceries. But you can expect to spend about $200 on the low end if you're just shopping for one person. It can be well over $500 if you have a family or you're shopping at a higher end grocery store. Again, this depends on you and what you're buying, the kind of food you're buying. If you're buying lots of meat, for example, it may be more expensive than if someone's buying more processed food. There's so many different variables. You need to go into the grocery store and actually see how much, but I do have a list I'm gonna link below, and it shows all kinds of different foods and how much they cost, like eggs and bread and milk and all kinds of just basic staples. Lastly, before I finish up this video, I wanna touch on some unexpected or other expenses, different subscriptions you may have, memberships, etc. So one thing I wanna talk about is gym memberships. A lot of people have a gym membership. The price on this can vary a lot. If you're going to a more budget-friendly gym, you may be spending $15, $20 a month. If you're going to a higher end gym, you may be looking at $80, $90, $100 a month, and could be even more if you're hiring a personal trainer. Again, if you go online and look around, you can find more information on this, on the kind of gym you might want to use. And a lot of these gyms will also give you a free trial for a few days to try out the gym and see if you like it. So if you are looking to move to Kitchener Waterloo, this is something I would recommend trying out. That's all I have for the cost of living in Kitchener Waterloo, Ontario. Hopefully this is an informative video. I put a lot of links in the description below on different resources that may help you. And if you are looking to move to Kitchener Waterloo, Ontario, my contact information is gonna be linked in the description below. I would love to be able to help you find a great home for yourself or your family. But besides that, I'm Dillon Doucette. I hope you found this video very informative. Have a great day.